Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Firdha Winadiya Nuari from class Advanced Speaking 8.1, and I would like to present an article about the effectiveness of video blogging in teaching speaking viewed from students' learning motivation, written by Lisa Rahmanina and Dian Kusumaningrum. The background of the study is mainly focused on 2 points. So as we know that internet has been widely used to be an effective way to communicate with other people. But not only for communicating, but internet can be used for the language learning and especially about to improve the speaking skill. And there are many ways to improve our speaking skill, and one of them we can use a video blogging. So about the video blogging, so these days people use video blogging for their language learning. It's because of the feature that video blogging has, so that the student like it to use video blogging. And also, the study is not only talking about the video blogging. The study is also talk about the motivation. So motivation is one of the internal factors that can consider as the most important in learning and teaching process. And also the motivation can lead to the success of the language learning. Also, it plays a great role in determining the success of learning to reach the goal of the learning itself. So that's why the students with low motivation or unmotivated students face difficulties in learning process. There are research objectives. They consist of 3. So the study tries to find out the difference between video blogging strategy and expository strategy for teaching speaking. It mostly talking about the difference means they are comparing the video blogging and the expository strategy itself in case of the teaching speaking. And the second one is the difference between students who have high and low motivation in speaking ability. This mostly to talk about the student with high and low motivation. And for the third one, the interaction between teaching strategy and motivation in teaching speaking. So for the point number 3, they look for the interaction and they decide how the video blogging strategy and expository strategy can affect to the student with high and low motivation. About the theoretical framework, so as we know that we have for English language skill for English mastery that consists of speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And just because the study mainly focus about speaking, we only talk about the speaking. So the speaking is the productive skill, like writing. And also speaking is mainly talk about the pronunciation and how to deliver your own opinion. And we can use the speaking skill to express our own opinion, yes, through verbal and non-verbal in context. Also for the speaking skill, there are many ways to improve our speaking skill, and one of them is by using blog and video blog. So the definition of the blog itself is a regularly updated website or web page. Meanwhile, for the video blogging, has the same meaning with the blog itself, but the main difference between blog and video blog is from how the media is used. Well, for blogging, they mostly use a website, while the video blogging, they mostly use video. There are already many research about the blog itself, and it says that blog can be somewhat promising. So in the recent year, vlog is becoming popular form of digital entertainment. Besides of the entertainment itself, video blogging can be useful for students. Mostly it can help them to improve their speaking skill. And also it can make them motivated to study more. And the next one, there are research methods. So about the population used in the study, there are second semester students in law faculty in University of Professor Dr. Hazairin SH, Bengkulu. So about the collecting data, they are using a questionnaire and speaking test. So for the questionnaire, they are used to compile. What I mean with compile, it's with the questionnaire, so the researcher uh, can put them in the different groups. So there are the 4 different groups. So the first one is with high motivation, start with the video blogging, and the second one is high motivation, talk with expository, and the third one is the low motivation with that gonna be talk with the video blogging, and the fourth one is with the low motivation, and they're gonna be going to be taught with expository strategy. Also, the speaking test used in collecting data is the purpose for the speaking test is to generalize the statement in the questionnaire. Also, there is technique used in analyzing the data itself was descriptive and inferential technique. About the descriptive technique, it is used to know the mean, the median, mode, and also the standard deviation. And also the inferential one is used to generalize the result obtained from a random sample back to population from which the sample was drawn. And for the inferential technique, they use ANOVA to X2. It used to compare the two different samples. Before we get to the findings, I would like to repeat the research question that actually include in the research objective. So the first one is, was there any difference on speaking ability between students who learned speaking with video blog and expository teaching strategy? Was there any difference in speaking ability between students with high and low motivation in English learning, mostly in the speaking one? And was there any interaction between teaching strategy and motivation in terms on students' teaching ability? The answer of these research questions are answered in the result or the findings. So apparently the result has answered the research question. So for the first one, learning speaking using video blogging strategy was significantly different from the one using expository strategy. So video blog is actually good for communication, and also video blogging can help students receiving more information, and also a student can have more knowledge with using video blogging. Meanwhile, for using expository strategy, it makes students depend on the teacher. They the class become passive because they they cannot they cannot feel in, encouraged enough to find by themselves, and also they have no motivation on the study. And for result number two, there is a significant difference in speaking ability between students with low and high motivation in learning. So the students with high motivation were better than those who have low motivation. And about with the high motivation, they mostly find the information by themselves. While for the low motivation, because they have no effort to learn more, they are become passive, unlike the students with high motivation. So they have no courage to take risks, to have more knowledge, and they prefer listening to the teacher, to have effort to do anything. And there is the last one, the third. There is an interaction between teaching strategy and motivation. What it means, an interaction between teaching strategy and motivation, is the teaching strategy used by the lecturer in the class give a big influence to the success. So they compare expository and video blogging strategy. For the video blogging strategy, they are more motivated to learn if they use challenging and interesting teaching strategy. And that's why video blogging is the most useful one. Because with the video blogging, they try to find any information by themselves, like I said before. And meanwhile, the expository strategy is more suitable to students with low motivation because like I said back in the background of the study, they still have the difficulties in learning process. So they need more guide from the teacher so that they can be encouraged to do things by themselves. So from all the explanation, I can conclude that for the 3 points, for the first one, video blogging was more effective than expository strategy. And the second one, the students with high motivation is better than low motivation when it comes to learning speaking. And the last one is there is an interaction between teaching strategy and learning motivation in teaching and learning speaking. So thank you. Thank you for your attention. And I will stop here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.